In my video I did the other day, I was talking about I use white buckets outside, and everybody says you can't use white buckets outside because you're going to get a lot of algae growth, and then the algae in turn eats your nutrients. But anyways, I had to try it for myself. I did wrap one in black, but most of the ones that I didn't see any algae in were they're in mostly shade or partial sun and shade. But this pepper plant, which these peppers I haven't done too well on them. These are jalapeno peppers. They're kind of growing okay, but this one does have some algae in it. This sits out. It gets a lot of sun every day. I've got another one over here, same thing. And if you look inside, the roots have some algae on it. The bucket has some algae on it. So yeah, if you're going to use white buckets outside in direct sunlight, you definitely got to wrap them. The other one I tried, I just took a trash bag and wrapped it and put some tape around it. I'm going to try to find a better solution. Maybe a roll of plastic film, cling film or something, just to wrap it up in. I don't like to paint stuff. I don't want toxic paint and stuff. I mean, I went through a lot of work to get food grade buckets, so why would I want to paint it with some toxic spray paint or something? So I'll find something to wrap it in, but it's actually not bad. I'll probably let it grow. You can see these it's doing okay. The roots are okay. Like I said, you can see some algae on the roots there. The plants seem to be growing. Inside the bucket there's a little algae, a lot of bugs and debris and all kinds of junk in there. But yeah, in the bright sunlight the white buckets didn't do well. These this is all dirt here. This is a San Marzano tomato and dirt, and then over here these are doing real well. I was going to do them hydroponic, but these are some lemon cucumbers are actually going pretty good. But we'll go over the soil stuff in different videos, but I just wanted to show you the Lone Survivor bucket and the pepper bucket out in the bright sun that is getting a little algae growth. Alright, this here is another two survivors out of a I think I started maybe 14 of these. This is red Russian kale. It got a little leggy in the 10-20 trays, but you can see I got these two. They survived. They're growing. They got pretty decent roots. It's getting a little brown down here, but again, these are outside Kratky formula. There's no air pump, no nothing in there. The nutrients look okay. There's a little bit of algae in there, but plants seem to be growing decent. These came outside on April 5th, so here we are a little over a month later, and they're doing okay. These got real leggy, so I had trouble supporting them, so I wound up putting some shale around the top of them just to kind of hold them up. They're in rock wool in the net cup here, the 2-inch net cup, and they're just growing like crazy. I know this stuff gets really big too. This red Russian kale, you can get some big huge leaves on it, but not doing too bad. Hasn't had a lot of attention. I just kind of sat it out here, like I said, kind of lone survivor plants. Up the hill you can see some early broccoli that got really leggy. I don't know, that stuff just, one day it's doing good, the next day it's all leggy and going wild. But I actually took that very early on out of the rock wool and put it into soil. You know, I stripped the rock wool right off the roots. It was a very tedious little operation, but I got 5 of them into soil. They seem to be growing. I don't know if they're ever going to produce anything. They're pretty leggy, pretty tall. I actually had to bury them, you know, a few inches deep just so they'd stand up. But we'll see what happens. But the red Russian kale is not doing too bad. Like I said, my snap pea I really like. It's kind of a cool plant. And then the Kratky lettuce is doing all right. Just these buckets that are out in the sun, they need a little protection around them definitely to keep the algae down. But I'm going to let this one rip. I'll probably let the peppers go, see what the algae does to it, because Project America TV, this is all a work in progress, an experiment, and hoping I can encourage people to start growing their own food, just like we are here in our little Main Street townhouse.